welcome to another insightful edition of P&B Sports Show. I'm your host, Abel Sunday. On today's show, we begin with a comprehensive review of all Afcon matches played yesterday as Africa's biggest football showpiece continues to deliver thrilling moments, tactical battle, and standout performances across the continent. After the Afcon highlights, we turn our attention to grassroots sport development with a special focus on basketball in Nigeria. Joining us virtually from Warri, Delta State is a distinguished sport entrepreneur and coach Ed Kenny, the founder and head coach of Discover Spartans Basketball Academy. Coach Kenny is a proud alumnus of the University of Benin, where he graduated in 2012 with a bachelor's degree in electrical and electronics engineering. He furthered his academic pursuit by earning a master's degree in business administration from the European University of Lakefare, Cyprus. In 2019, he established Discover Spartans Basketball Academy with a vision to nurture young talent, promote discipline, and contribute meaningfully to basketball development in Nigeria. He joins us today to share insight on youth development, sport education, and the future of basketball at the grassroots level. Grab your ticket because P&B Sport start now.
Afcon has. The epic tale of the Africa Cup of Nations continues for a 35th chapter. Afcon, already an old lady of 68 years, has come a long way since the very first edition in 1957. Just imagine at the time, only 3 countries took part in the competition. Egypt, Sudan, and Ethiopia must have felt a little lonely. Today, Egypt and Sudan are still here among the pioneering nations to take part in this Total Energies CAF Afcon Morocco 2025. 24 nations are present and all share a single objective: to lift the trophy on the evening of January 18th at the Moulay Abdallah complex in Rabat. More teams, more matches, more opportunities to shine and to score. Smiles say 35. This Total Energies CAF Afcon Morocco 2025 promises to be thrilling.
Not to go through, finds Al-Rakia. Miroshi, chip over the top and the run on, and that's going to stand. Mwamba has now got 3 goals in his last 2 games. Tanzania back on level terms in brilliant fashion. Samata's route blocked. The pullback, the chip over the top of the defensive line, and Mwamba with a telling run. The man who scored on debut has now scored again here.
Dwayne, this is impressive. Look at the change of direction, the change of play. This goal started from the right, shifted to the left. They moved Nigeria right, left, and when the ball came back to the left, there was nobody taking the man. This is tactically well executed.
Samata there was key, because when Samata got onto the ball, his path was immediately blocked. There were 3 defenders in front of him. What that did was create a little bit of space and maybe diverted attention from Mwamba's run. Nigeria look through the centre here. Lukman delivers again. Ademola Lukman with a fine goal that takes Nigeria back in front. Mere minutes after an equaliser for Tanzania. Lukman looks up and places it perfectly beyond Zuberi Foba and the Tanzanian goal. 2 goals in effectively 2 minutes in the second half passage of play.
Clinical finishing, really. He took matters into his own hands. 4 play.
Welcome back. It's still P&B Sports Show, reaching you live from the nation's capital. And of course, I've been joined by Coach Kenny, in fact, the almighty Coach Kenny. But if you see this guy, you will not know, because the way the name is ringing bell. If you see, you think there is one giant, but of course, he's my size. Coach Kenny, good morning, and how is Warri this morning? Sorry, Benin. You said you are in Benin. Okay, perfect, Coach Kenny. Let's dive into the conversation. When I was reading when I was introducing the show, I think I wrote something about you, where you finished when you had your degree in University of Benin, and also you have you went further to pursue your academic in Cyprus, and you got master's degree in business administration. But all this journey before you now settle down to coach, what inspired you? What brought this burning desire for you to give back to the society? I just want to hear your perspective about it.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, I actually got my basketball along the line. But so when I was Cyprus, I played part of the basketball team. I think of how basketball is supposed to look like. Decided to do kind of hard, but wow, I don't think have something like this. When I left, it was happening like this. So when I finished my program there, still I still have that I have trust, but it hasn't manifested yet. So coming back to Nigeria, I saw the way everything was basketball was let me just see how I can start. I started a little bit, but the passion came when I saw how kids were so hungry, they don't have that part, don't have that environment that can actually help them. Most times, obviously, people traveling out, want to travel out and everything, but my approach was different. I wanted to give them that field, that's a little foreign experience, how basketball is supposed to be like. I'm not there yet, I'm still enjoying it, but I think that with time, I get that point.
Okay. One side. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
When I started to, I started so that different players from different areas going together, multiple different matches. I saw the hunger, I saw the terrorists, I saw everything about them. I was like, wow, I feel maybe I can do more than just more than I feel maybe I should just try and see how I can do at home. But it's a goal. It's a goal. The goal is just to create this environment for these kids and actually keep lasting the opportunity to what they are looking for. That is what I actually felt when I was back in Cyprus. Give them that opportunity. So that's how I started.
Okay, Coach Kenny, and it's kind of challenging getting kids as a coach, get kids from the street, put them into the gym, try to teach them one or two fundamentals about basketball, teach them about life, because basketball is life, as they used to say. Teach them about basketball one or two, and also tell them how to go on with their lives, and most especially academics. It's kind of challenging if you don't have the resources. But how were you able to navigate all those challenges during your early beginnings? Because right now, I think Discover Spartan is kind of comfortable where they are now. Though I will not say that is where you want them to be, but it kind of they're comfortable where they are now by God's grace. But when you started, how were you able to navigate all those challenges, getting these guys from the street, trying to even convince them? Because the truth is, you had to convince them. They had to believe that yes, there's something or there's light at the end of the tunnel. But so I just want to just share some light there. How were you able to convince these guys to let them know that yes, there's light at the end of the tunnel, even if they are not seeing it yet?
Well, I think first thing is passion that you have to have first. Because you as a coach, you must have that passion first. And when you have the passion, whether there's money or no money, definitely that passion will be or more for you. You're going to conquer that. It's like when you love something, and you have a vision for something, you're not going to let funds or any other thing maybe down. Even if I'm not funds will primarily aim yourself. So but at that point, I didn't mind spending my last penny, to try and let this to understand where I was going to. along the line, when someone saw the action that I had to support around, but because my actually sustainable, it's something that I can use to run it fully. But I have that need to support. But with the passion that actually told me more, that's just the truth. That's it.
Okay, Coach Kenny, let's digress a little. Along the line in your coaching career, you were able to coach what's the name again? I'm trying to get the yes, Carmack. You're able to coach Carmack, and you did something beautiful in that regard because you took them right from D1 Division 2, to Division 1. You took them to Division 1 that same season to the league, and it was beautiful. That was where you announced yourself as a coach, because if you remember, you won D2. You won Division 2, National Division 2. You took them to D1. And that same season, you qualified immediately from D1 to the league. So can you just give us some, how were you able to put yourself, how were you able to put yourself, I'm talking about how were you well equipped to face that challenge? Did you see it coming? Is it something that you predict that it was going to happen? Or you just found out that it just happened all of a sudden?
One of that I actually predicted, because actually, was someone from Lagos that actually contacted me, school on a player from Lagos. So he contacted him and he told me, he told me that you have a coach to Delta, my boy, I have a coach to Delta, you feel that you can get the quality for you guys that can take me to the initial plan was to go to the Premier League. And that time, the Premier League was actually something to do with it. So everybody wants to pass the Premier League. So, and he told me that it's fun. He wants to get the team from Division 2 to Premier League. And to start here, so that's when 2000 NBA had a deal with 4-year deal.
Total, yeah.
Total. Yeah, total. And so that time it was something that everybody wanted to do for the first time. So told me that he wanted that. So I was like, okay, I thought maybe he was actually doing it, but I think maybe he just want to just get the permission and just go. He came to the court. He told me from Lagos, and he came to it, and we saw we had a meeting and sport, and that's how we started. We started small and got the players that felt because we had our first selection wasn't that good. We made another selection. It was the beginning of the league when we were supposed to submit the forms and other things. We sat down and looked at everything and we need to make a very good appearance. People want to do this. So we contacted the other guys and we brought them together and we explained to them this was what was fine. And you believe me, everybody came to the idea, but everybody wanted to understand how the schools are. So that was actually what we took off us because of the grounding of that so everybody knows the part of it. So it was easier for me to convince them and at the same time support from the owner was there. So that was what gave me that you had confidence, gave me that boost, and gave me that need to try and talk to players that have a crowd.
Perfect, Coach Kenny. Perfect. I think that's a very good story that anybody will take to the bank, and we can even learn from that. But let's go to the main gist of this show, which is how you were able to merge both academics and also sport together for your players. And of course, we know that most of them have traveled and they are playing abroad, different places, different countries abroad. They are playing there. But I just want to share how were you able to manage it? Because sometimes having these kids playing and also playing, trying to improve their skills on the court is a very, very difficult thing for you to merge. You get, but how were you able to inculcate that into them? And they're doing so well. And of course, I'll get out to the game, your competition next year. That is next month here. That they are giving one of your players giving back to to the community. But let's start from there. How were you able to get these guys? How were you able to put them together, then package them? Because again, it's also packaging. Package them for people to see that, okay, yes, this is a valuable goods for us to acquire, to get, and it can also add value to our team and our school. Let's start from there. Can you just share some insight on that regards?
So we all do after collaboration with and what I did is I try to not try to get skills from standard. Even the basketball you run, if you are not and I understand that basketball is just a big part of the life. When you get to particular age, you can't play basketball. So this means now we have to rely on education, which is really sustainable at that level. So I also teach them how to be time management, planning. So I don't even go into what we do in my program. Every Saturday we have a report in the storm section. That section is where I sit down, don't play basketball for me for 12 minutes. Don't play basketball, sit down, have shuttle, have a meal, and I teach these kids about time management. Most of the point that we push in documentaries about how past people have stayed against how what they were doing along the journey and stuff. And we have these first sections that we talk because I want to try and get to know them. So if it's about basketball, I have to understand these things. How is the level of interaction and social other aspect of the other particular kid. Then I give them that responsibility and see how I can help them out. Most of the time, the kids, most of them, I used to that most of them, they don't know what they do in school, it's still very different from what they are doing in course. Most of them, they don't understand some things we do. So what we do, we try to teach them and try to help them. They try to understand them and follow them up at the same time. So we have different programs that we do to just to let kids understand. Because if you don't teach them at that young age, they don't understand it. So at that young age, when I try to restore that discipline in them, I need to understand that education is 100%. Without education, you can't be right. And you don't remember something, we have a discussion today. So I teach them that mentality. So when they grow up, something that is really part of them. Then you have core values. You have core values, you have discipline, you have hardworking, you have strength, you have all things that will be reflected in these things at the end of the day. So when you see these things are the part of the because all these values are really strong. That connection with power and
Powerful. That's fantastic. And of course, we're hearing this. I think we're learning from you, of course. We are hearing this. I think that's a very powerful message. Having your core values and see how you could stabilize your program, give them how I call it, schedule, give them a schedule where they can do each activities at every point in time, and make sure you occupy them by all these activities, which is very, very important because they are young guys, and you could say anything could just they are vulnerable, so anything could just come in. And but when you keep it up, when you keep them occupied, there's nowhere they could get it. But let's move as we move on in this show. We saw some of your players traveling out. I think the likes of what's her name again? I can't get. Yes. Yes, Favor. We have Favor, and we have also some other guys also that are also doing so well in the Philippines, some in China, some in but what is this? What is your relationship with this Japanese and Chinese people? Because I don't know the Philippines. I don't know your relationship because most of your players are going towards that direction. What is your relationship with this guy? Can you just give us some small insight on that regard?
Well, to be honest with you, I that's why I'm calling agents and all that. I know that you will refer them to that. Coach is very good, between players that are on the between players that, that's what I just discussed about giving player always values. So it's good value, it's a player, so value is already present. So, I think a couple of years ago, I was the agent of an agent for 10 years of players. So I get it from female players. And the players went there, it was nice, it was very happy. It was still this players were very good. They're very humble, they look good, they're hardworking, please, I need more. We should work together, It's like the same thing with the agent in the Philippines as well. People was one of my first girl that went to the Philippines. And when he got there, she was very humble, school was hard, stuff hard, everybody in school and the environment loved her. But she was very, very, very good. Compared to other athletes that I'm traveling, dealing with a lot of issues. So when it's like that out there, so the coaches start demanding or other students start demanding such kind of players. So for example, for a while now, we get positive results of the players outside the country. So that's it.
Okay. Okay, as we are trying to wind down to wrap up, before I got to the game, your competition next year, before I get there, but let's talk about Showdown. You won coach of the tournament. That was two weeks ago. We were in Asaba together. 2 weeks ago, you won coach of the tournament. But what does that award means to you? You being recognized in such a gathering and such a tournament of that magnitude, and you are being recognized as one of the best coaches, you stand out among all the coaches that were there. What does that mean to you?
When you have this, when you are hardworking, you have passion for something, you are consistent for something, it's priceless. That was very, very priceless. That was very priceless. I didn't expect it all to be awarded such. I remember how I started, I started most times, but I don't know how I got here. I don't know, I just keep thinking about it, it's what I have to do. So, when you are on to the nine, you don't know how far you come. So I just kept walking because I felt as long as I knew when I was told, I was like, wow, I thought, wow, and I was so happy. You did so much to me.
That's fine. Okay, let's move to your game, your favors tournament, giving back to the society next January. I think January 30th also next year. What is the what? Can you just tell us the advantage, or what just tell us the reason why you guys organize such competition, and what you want to give back to this? How do you want to give it back? Is it by just playing basketball there, just allowing them to enjoy the beginning of the year, or it's just something that you guys feel that, okay, you want to impact into the society? Let me just get your some small light on that.
Okay, so giving back is something that I always tell my players that the problem for them they are looking at now. So for a lot of people who have players okay. So I it's something that I always told them. When she did this year, this section of this first edition, and she was present for me. So this edition, we discussed about we said we want to make it not about 20%. The basketball that we already have, and from some areas, we play basketball for the 2 hours. We take many times.
Most especially in Benin, I'm going to call him. Most especially in Benin, they play. That is the style. 15 minutes to half, 10 minutes to half. That, in Benin, that is the style. In Benin, most especially in Benin, I'm going to call it. Yeah.
We said, okay, we have to put the first second violation, we're going to include stopping time, fourth quarter. We have selected teams that will come. Then we have 4 days. So usually it's work, we make it 4 days. Then we start to refer the male and the female. You know, and so it's for them to understand how basketball is supposed to be like. Not the father, how we basketball. Because see, a lot of these players, the player is 15 second pass the ball, 2 minutes after the ball. What they go out, what they go out about the real basketball, they tend to have it. Why? They tend to foul. And that's what happens when we're asking about the ball. And just check what's up. You know that? So, what wants this to change that and bring in the new pattern of how basketball is supposed to be? And then in the championship, we will have awards. We will have a tournament best 5. Best 5 player in championship. Probably just best 7 or 12 position. Just to encourage, maybe someone that do very well in the fourth position and probably get it. When you give that individual award, then we want to continue to inspire and encourage. So that was the advantage of this challenge. But I will also have time to 3-point contest as well.
Okay. Yeah. You are giving them what the standard. You are giving them a standard tournament that when they see anywhere they go, then okay, yeah, we've played competition, not that 2 or 3 minutes game that they usually go and play. But as we wrap up, Kenny, I will not forgive myself if I don't ask you this question. You are from Edo State, but you based in Delta. Okay, one leg is in Delta, one is in Benin. But it's like you guys are developing Delta basketball more than the Edo games in basketball. Because if you look at the truth being told, Edo basketball is in shambles. There's no 2 ways about it. So I don't know why we have Coach Peter is from Edo State, is the head coach of Delta basketball. Delta Force. We have Coach Benson is from Edo State, is also there. We have Coach Solo is from Edo State. It's also in it's also in Delta. We have you now also in Delta, but from Edo. So I don't know what are you guys having, like? Do you guys discuss at all? Like, I'm talking about the Edo guys. Do you guys discuss? And do you think about home? Do you think about what? Have you ever thought about the state of Edo basketball as a whole? Please, in 2 minutes as we wrap up.
I thought about sometimes I feel bad seeing how the states on outside. Most times I come to the state and I find coaches here. I don't know what to do. See how I got any way of time. No income for me. That's all. So, notice we take the one division 2 games here. And if you look at it well, in way of mostly two states, 19 United States, you can discover two states. It's not discover the other. I've wanted that because I want to see how the fact of the matter in the recognition, national recognition. So that's like so now we are interested to see how I can pick up. Then I think they are the same national group this year. And I think we put some of my first because we want to go. So I'm still trying to see how I can still help one way or another. No matter how it is, no matter how small it is, I have the power to help.
Fantastic. Yeah. But are you sure that I will not go? Because I know that I think I overheard Coach Peter saying they are going to bring some coaches from Warri to come and join some of their coaches in Asaba that will take their youth guys to Edo to the youth games or what. I don't know. One Niger Delta, what game that they are preparing. Yes, they are preparing. So which means there's already a plot to cajole you to Asaba to take you down to Edo. You understand? So I don't know how you want to do it, but So you see what I mean, which means I'm correct then. I'm correct. Thank you so much. Okay, but of course, before go ahead. Yes. Okay, that's perfect. And of course, your competition next, I hope you are inviting P&B officially because you are live on air. Hope you are inviting us officially to come for that competition. Go ahead. Fantastic. I need to come there to, yes, I need to be there to come and see the rich oil state. Yes, I need to come there because yes, I need to come there to come and see things for myself, and also your programs that you've been talking about. Of course, you take me through all that, and definitely I will have to see those Saturdays brainstorming that you talked about. We're going to see all those times. Yes. All right. On that note, that brings us to the end of today's edition of P&B Sports Show. We have reviewed the highlights of yesterday's Afcon matches and had an enlightening conversation with Odogu Kenneth, popularly known as Coach Kenny, sorry, I beg your pardon, the founder and head coach of Discover Basketball Academy, as he shared valuable insight on grassroots basketball development, youth empowerment, and the future of the game in Nigeria. Thank you so much, Coach Ken, for joining us this morning. All right, you can connect with us on all social media platforms, on Facebook and YouTube at Politics&BusinessTV.English, on IG at PNBTV_English, on X at PNBTV_ENG. That's the size of our show this morning. I'm Abel Sunday. From me and the entire team here in Abuja, say goodbye.